Go.
Good morning. Happy
Hi.
Sunday. I'm so excited that you're here to share your wisdom with us, Nancy.
Thank you. It's been a little bit of a morning. I have a new puppy, so it's been like, what?
How's the new puppy doing?
And he grew like leaps. So this small puppy that's supposed to be 20 pounds, I think it's going to be more like 30. But hello, 2 pounds in 2 weeks is a lot for a little
Oh
puppy.
my goodness.
So
Yeah, that's so exciting
it
though.
is. It
Um,
is.
has he been at the spa?
Of course he has. He comes in his little pouch so he cannot get out. So
Uh-huh.
I have this little harness thing and he has like little paws out and he can see what's going on. So he's very happy in this little pouch. It's hilarious. It's like, okay. So it's funny, but he really likes being going and doing and being entertained. It's cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Very social dog.
Well, that's beautiful,
Yes.
especially with your spa. Having a spa puppy is super
Yeah.
exciting for people to
People
come in and
love,
know.
yeah, they just for there's something about that whole emotional connection. They absolutely adore having this dog. And my older dog is an emotional support dog.
Uh-huh.
So she knows immediately when somebody needs something. So like I don't normally bring her a lot, like into the spa, especially when we're busy, but it's really interesting when all of a sudden you'll see she goes up to somebody, she'll like really force herself on their lap in order to
Aw.
like be able to say, oh my gosh, hey, you need some special attention. It's interesting how they
Yeah.
know animals are amazing.
Yeah. That's so cool. Do you ever see that and you're like, "Ooh, I need to put a little extra special
Yes.
conversation into this person?"
Yes, yes. It gives us like an immediate, empathy into the person to either be able to do a little Reiki, do a little energy work, make sure that they're getting what they need. Most people don't want to talk about their things unless, of course, you're in a closed room and I'm doing a facial, you'll talk about everything. So that's kind of like interesting in itself. But it's really interesting what pets do emotionally for people. It's very cool. So,
Yeah. That's
so
so cool.
yeah, what are we
So
talking about today?
So today we are talking about skin. We always are talking about skin, so of course we're talking about skin. But you've done lots of videos on different subjects, and I thought we would just jump into some anti-aging, super valuable. Like if you need a one-stop shop for everything skincare, this is where you're going to find a load of information.
Okay.
Um, so, first question um, that I think is so valuable. It's really what everyone wants to know, but no one actually wants to know. So,
Okay.
biggest skincare mistake that women are making in menopause, like before perimenopause,
Cool.
menopause, 40s and
The
50s,
the
what are we
biggest
doing
the biggest
wrong?
mistake.
Yes.
Um, okay, so most women are educated by marketing. So they open up a
Yeah.
magazine, they go to Sephora, and I want to say, or first I'll say, it's not your fault. Okay, so you are led to believe what you see in marketing. So what you see is not it's like people are being paid to advertise in magazines. So the magazines are going to promote what their advertisers are talking about. Same with dermatologists, they're being paid to promote a certain brand. So to me, the number one mistake I see is using the wrong cleanser. And
Mm.
when you start out using the wrong cleanser, it doesn't matter what you do after that. After that makes no difference because you've already dehydrated the skin, stripped the skin, taken all the valuable nutrients off the skin. So the skin has to go through all of this stuff of trying to recover. And that to me is where we have the biggest problem, because it's like literally the cleanser is where you start building your foundation for glowing, gorgeous skin. Now, that's
Yeah.
from the outside, outside,
Uh-huh.
outside. So inside's a whole nother story. But outside, the number one mistake I see is wrong cleanser.
Yeah. So where do you think, so with all of these advertisements and all of this misdirection, where's the best place to find valuable skincare information that's not marketing hype?
So, like finding a trusted advisor, finding somebody who's transparent, finding somebody who's going to be honest about it. The other thing that I really say to a lot of clients now is thank goodness for AI. I mean, AI is giving us a lot of answers for things to be able to say, hey, check this out. Tell me, does this have toxins? Oh, tell me, is this an endocrine disruptor? Hey, look at the ingredients on this bottle. Tell me what this bottle has in it that will help my skin, or anything like that. So, those kinds of things really make a difference, I think, as far as having the knowledge. Other people just like, it's how we learn too. So some people are like, oh, just tell me what to use. And then yesterday I had a lady that was like, oh no, I'm going to scientifically research everything I was telling her. She wanted to scientifically research.
Yeah.
Now, kudos to her,
Yeah.
but what she was doing and where she was going for her information was also not correct. So
Oh,
so a lot of the information is old information. For example, I mean, Retin-A's been around forever. Was Retin-A fabulous for all those years? Yes, but Retin-A also thins the skin. And we
mhm.
know now that thicker skin is better for anti-aging. So the thicker the skin, the better we age.
Yeah.
So thinner skin doesn't work. So Retin-A thins the skin. It's an acid form of vitamin A. So when you use it continually over and over and over again, it strips the skin, it makes it dry, it dehydrates the skin, all of those things. That's not the form I want of vitamin A on my skin or on my client's skin.
Yeah.
So I try to get them educated as to a fat soluble vitamin A that makes it so it absorbs into the skin is
Yeah.
better than something that is an acid form of vitamin A. It's just
Sure.
education. I mean, and really helping people along this pathway. There also are some incredible websites out there for information. And Paula's Choice has been around for a long time. She did an amazing job of educating people on what was in products and what worked and what didn't work as far as products, and if you were really interested in taking care of your skin. But
Right.
to me, as far as education, the most popular in the marketing that's out there is not giving us true, correct information.
Sure,
So,
right? Everyone's trying to sell you something, so
yes, everything's for sale, everything. So,
yeah.
I mean, and just being transparent, I have a skincare line too. So I have Skin Diva, but my way of selling has been always educating. It's always
Uh-huh.
like, hey, I would rather if you don't use it, you're missing a really great chance at some great skin. However, I'd rather you
True.
be educated and know exactly what you're getting, so that when you go to buy something at a department store or anywhere else, that you have that education to make the right decision and you're not throwing money away.
Truly, you do an excellent job at educating people on all of the things to look out for. You have your products, but you're definitely like, just don't do this one. Please,
Right.
whatever you do, just
Whatever you
don't
do.
add
Right.
this on your skin.
Right.
Like that's
Right.
that's so good and so valuable. So, we talked about Retin-A and how that's outdated. Do you think that that's like the number one old trend that's outdated, or is there something
Oh, there's
even
a bunch.
yeah.
Yes, because it's how many people perm their hair, for so many years through the 1960s and 70s, and
Right.
and then it took a while to get rid of it. So the trends happen. Retin-A and glycolic have been around for quite some time. That was our go-to in the 90s.
Mhm.
I personally I like glycolic when it's mixed with another acid, because glycolic by itself tends to, when it gets hot on the skin, it moves. I don't like
Mhm.
an acid that moves on the skin. So I
Melt.
really, yeah, exactly.
Let's
So I
control
like
that.
it, I like it controlled. So I
Mhm.
really like mixing glycolic with salicylic or mixing it with lactic, so that it has a boost, but it's not uncontrollably moving. Glycolic was always the queen of the acids. And everybody
Mm.
was like, oh, the more the better. But it's a sugar derived acid. Whereas my favorite really is lactic, because it's a milk derived acid, and
Mhm.
it's gentle to the skin. So, and it always depends too, is how high it's buffered versus whether or not how strong that's going to be. But we're
Uh-huh.
not there to like strip the skin. You don't hear a lot of people talking anymore about Jessner's peels, or I mean literally, like, I had a friend who was a dermatologist. I mean, he used to fry people's faces. I mean, they
Oh no.
looked like burgers, like raw meat burger. I mean, it was bad,
Oh.
and it was really disgusting. Or the other thing they did was when they used this, it was a derma, oh shoot, I can't think of the name of it, but they literally, it was like they went over the lips for the people that smoked a lot. You had all these like terrible lines here.
Yeah.
So and they would do this whole thing over the top of it, and it was like literally ground meat. And I had one lady that literally, it lost all the pigmentation around her mouth because of having this procedure done. Because it at the
What?
time, that was the thing to do. But it was literally, it was ground meat. I mean, all the way across the top of the lips. So we've come a long way from
Yeah.
what used to be done, as far as to how you should treat the skin now.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I just think gentle, be kind. Like, we are there to get a glow from within. We're there to really nurture the skin and make it like healthy again. And you can repair the skin and heal the skin, but there's lots of anti-aging like stuff that we did way back that we should no longer be using anymore.
Yeah. We've caught up. We have enough science now. Retire your
Yes,
old stuff, check your new stuff.
right, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So, you talked about cleanser being super important, right? So I would guess
Yes.
starting your day, right? You're going to go out into the world, you've got free radicals, you've got all this stuff going on. So what's the best way to like prepare your skin? Like you've got 5 minutes, you're a working woman. How do you best prep your skin for the day?
So the day is a great cleanser. I mean, I am like, the cleanser has to be emulsifier free. It has to be sulfate free. All those, like, I'm really like, and it needs to be not oil stripping. Next is a toner that has hyaluronic in it. I like probiotics in a toner too, but really hyaluronic, because whatever follows, you want it to absorb into the skin. And when you put hyaluronic on the skin pulls in whatever you're going to use next. Um, of course, a Mac Daddy serum. I wanted to have NAD, ceramides, peptides, loaded with antioxidants. Yeah, and it has to have you can have that, but it has to be able to deliver underneath the skin. It has to be able to deliver deep below. So that's what you're looking for is deep delivery. Then some people will want to use, like, if you're going to be in an office, you don't need a sunscreen. And I think that has been a really talked about, that you always had to have a sunscreen, but you don't get any UVB rays if you're putting on sunscreen every day. So
Hmm.
I'm like, no, like, let's just skip the sunscreen if you're going to be in an office all day, and let's just put on your regular, like, moisturizer, or it should be a treatment moisturizer. We want our moisturizer to protect us against the environment, just like anything else we're going to do. We're protecting against the toxins and what's coming on the outside.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we're pretty
That's
set.
literally that's literally 3 minutes, maybe.
So it
So
doesn't have to be hard. It can be super
mm-mm,
easy. Just protect that skin, make sure you're
no.
nourishing it deep, and put that barrier so you don't have the free radicals coming
No,
in.
literally cleanse, spritz with a toner. And I'm a big, like, let's create a skincare cocktail. So let's put our serum, let's put our moisturizer, let's blend it together all over the face. Done. Like, now your mineral powder on, you're done. Little blush, you're ready to go. I mean, it doesn't, like, everybody has so many, like, we're devoting our other minutes to, like, work or something else. So we got
Yeah,
to go.
or makeup, right? We
Right,
we cleanse our skin, get it all ready, we throw makeup on it, and the makeup takes more time, but it's like that's not helping your skin.
right.
So, um here's the big question now for everyone watching. Do you spend more on makeup or skincare? Nancy, I think that you probably, I'm guessing your answer is not makeup but
No,
skincare, but
skincare. Hmm. Well, okay. So if you spend more money on makeup, you're covering up the glow,
yeah.
and you're covering up the problem if you have it, instead of letting your skin shine through.
Yeah, right? So you
That's
could spend way less on makeup if you take care of your skin.
skin. I mean, I did a
Uh-huh.
podcast yesterday with a lady who was probably, I'm going to guess, I shouldn't say, but I think she was like 55-ish.
Uh-huh.
And she wore no makeup at all. And she was very holistic and very much into that whole, like, that was her world. And she
Cool.
goes, I stopped wearing makeup after I got cancer at 35. And I said, wow, you haven't worn makeup in 20 years. And she said, yes. And her skin was super glowy and it was nice. But it's like, at the same time, makeup gives you a finished look. And mineral makeup is a big thing to me. I love mineral makeup. I just think it gives you a finished look. Do I like going and saying, hey, here's my glowy skin? Yes, but the makeup will just give you like a finished palette. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a big fan. Like, I want to take care of my skin and I want my skin to be glowing. I also love makeup.
makeup,
So
yeah.
I want to
I
do
mean,
both.
I want to do both, but I want my makeup not to stick in my pores. I don't want my makeup, like,
Yes.
sitting, like, you know how that, like, that makeup when you put it on and it's like dull and dry and it looks flaky, and it's
Mm-hmm.
not a good look, or you can see the pores and everything like that. That's when I go, oh, Nancy, you've been bad. You need to go treat yourself too. And I'm in the biz, so you need to go do something because the makeup's not going on smoothly.
Hmm.
And it should go on like smooth, and it should look like it's part of your skin, not that
Yeah.
it lays on the skin. That's
Right.
what I mean. You see so many people, they think, oh, I just put makeup on, it covers everything. Well, it doesn't. It cover everything. It really shows everything. I
Yeah.
mean, sadly, it does.
Well, and then there's this stuff, and you had told me about this that because I mean, I'll I see people with these like poreless faces, and then
Hmm.
they've got a ton of makeup on. Like, what is that about? And you said that people put this stuff on their face
Hmm.
that goes into the pores. So I feel like this is a big warning, right? What is that called?
It's
This stuff?
it's a primer
Yeah.
that basically fills the pores.
Yeah.
There's very few of them that are not completely loaded with chemicals.
Ugh.
So they're really there's a few that are mineral out there. There's a couple of brands. There's one brand that we really love is by Color Lab, but they make a fabulous primer that you put on. We can actually blend it into foundation and make foundation that has the primer in it. But it's meant to actually kind of like if you were a painter and you were putting stuff on a canvas that had lots of speckles in it, it's meant to be like a smoothing for the canvas. And so it smooths it out. So when you put your makeup on, it's about the same, like, so you have that smooth effect.
Yeah, but it's not full of chemicals that you're just shoving
No,
into every pore in your
mm-mm,
face.
no, but a lot of people like that. A
Well,
lot.
maybe they don't think about it like that. Like,
Mm-mm.
okay, you have, poreless skin. What is the trade-off?
Right.
Right? And
Exactly.
and if you're putting stuff on your skin that goes into the pores, I would think that that would make them clogged or make them
Yes.
bigger over time if you
Yes.
just keep, shoving
Yes.
stuff in your pores.
Right. Well, and pores actually they don't get bigger and they don't go open and close. Number one, they can by the appearance of them, they can look bigger because of gravity. And that
Mm,
can really be solved by using the correct exfoliant. So you can make it so that it looks poreless because of using, exfoliating properly and doing the right skincare. But
mhm.
really, like when you have those big pores like that, like you don't want to load them up with stuff. Nah, it's not a good.
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
No.
So something that we talk about a lot, and I love this, it's part of the truly education of people about for people about their skin instead of just trying to sell stuff, is this food, right? Food
Yes.
and your skin. That's
Mhm.
so, so important, possibly more important than what you physically put on your face, right?
Yes. Yes. Very much so. I mean, if we're going to talk about food, I unfortunately have had like a history of being allergic to gluten, being allergic to a lot of things, chemicals and everything. So it made my food journey very different than most.
Hmm.
But what happens with processed foods? What happens with deli meats? What happens with the breads or the wheat that's so over processed is that your body, when you're making skin cells, your body needs proteins, your body needs aminos, your body needs the ability to build collagen and elastin. When you overload it with chemicals and sugar, your body cannot do its job.
Hmm.
And when your body cannot do its job, not only are you making yourself sick from what you're eating, but your skin is also not going to have that glow that you really want it to have because of what you're eating.
Sure. That makes sense,
I mean,
right?
it just is like it's so when a lot of people out there when I'm working with acne people and it doesn't matter if you're really over 23, 24, and you have acne, that shouldn't happen, period. End of conversation.
Interesting.
Hormonal, whatever. If you're having blackheads, whiteheads, cystic acne, that shouldn't be happening. So you have to get to that root cause of what's causing it from your body. It's either your internal, what you're eating, or something like makeup brushes or your laundry detergent or something that you're using from outside that is causing the acne problem. So fixing
Hmm.
that is going to help that whole process of what's going on by what you're eating. And it's so important. It's like it's crazy. It's so important.
Yeah. So what's a normal period of time to like, so you're 15 to 18, you're super hormonal, you get the breakouts then. Is
Right.
what is that time, is that time frame that you should
It,
be like, okay, I shouldn't be breaking out now. There's a problem.
I really think somebody over 20, because what ends up happening is the oil production is now, especially in women, your oil production is starting to decline. And unless you are blessed with high lipids, like our Latina population, or somebody who has always been, around the equator population where they have like a very high lipid in their body, they're not going
Mhm.
to have as much oil as somebody who is from England, Ireland, and that are skin type. So when you're looking at the oil, it's really driven by oil. And when you eat garbage food, you're going to get a higher production of oil. That oil is what's driving this constant pull. And
Mhm.
people are using cleansers that are stripping. So it goes into this whole cycle of drying it out, too much oil, brain thinking there's not enough oil, sends down more oil, and you eat
Mhm.
more garbage because you look in the mirror and you go, I hate myself, you know, because it's like
Let
I
me
have
eat a
acne
cheeseburger.
here. Exactly. I want a double cheese with, whatever else on it. And it ends up being this terrible cycle that you go through because it's actually food driven. And
Mhm.
most people aren't educated on that food driver. In dairy, there's a lot of hormones there that even though despite they say it's
Yeah.
not, there's antibiotics, there's hormones. Everything that relates to the gut, to our gut, is going to affect our skin.
Mhm.
Everything, everything.
Yeah. Dirty dairy, junk
Yeah,
foods, they're gonna make
it
dirty
may,
skin and junky
yes,
skin.
exactly. It's crazy, but it's true. It's exactly what happens.
Yeah. So we want to really focus on clean eating, but we don't want to stress about it because
So,
stress is a problem for our skin,
yes.
right?
Also, anybody has a question, please ask down below. Like, I mean, put your question in the comment. So we'd love to
Yeah.
have, any chats. Don't hesitate. That's why we're here.
Yeah, if you
So,
have a favorite skincare product and you want Nancy to break it down, hey, this is what's good about it. Maybe you should try these different things. I think that would be really cool. Um,
yes.
any other skincare question? Nancy is just a fountain of knowledge about all of this stuff. I've learned so much in talking to Nancy, so
Stuck right up there.
please, I would hugely encourage anyone watching to jump in. Um, so we're talking about stress.
Yes.
Um, and what do we do about it? What do we do about
Oof.
stress? Life is going to be stressful. So how do we
Life is going
manage
to
it
be
for our,
stress.
yeah. We want
And
to handle it with a class. We don't want to show it on our skin if we're stressing.
exactly. The
Mhm.
cortisol factor in the body creates what's called, stress face, or I call it cortisol face. I can spot like a runner, a cortisol face a mile away, um, because their face almost has a gaunt appearance, and their skin is so dehydrated. It looks like your skin like has no, um, like nourishment. It has no glow. it dulls the skin. So what can you do about stress? We're never going to get rid of our normal daily life stressors,
Right.
but it's how we handle the stress that makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
So that makes a huge difference on like how we handle it. So if you have the ability to go out and say, like, for example, can you meditate for 3 seconds? Can you, just bring yourself down just for a second and be able to be like just for a second. It's all it takes
Yeah.
before you flip off that other guy that drives like a maniac, on the I-95 or
Yeah.
anywhere else. It doesn't like it, I think one of the things that makes a difference is the other person is never impacted as much as you are.
Yeah.
So the other person is always the one that is getting the issues, per se. They don't have it. So my feeling is take it off of yourself and just breathe through it. Like, and I know it's not easy. It's definitely not easy.
Yeah, well, you taught me about cortisol face, and like 4 years ago, I was just really like, I was stressed. And I
Right.
look back at those pictures, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even recognize that person. Exactly what you're saying. My skin looked lifeless. I looked like swollen, like my face
It's
looked bigger.
it's crazy, isn't it?
It's
I
crazy.
mean,
It's like I
yeah.
don't recognize that person. So truly, and the difference was stress. Like
Mhm.
that's it. I
I mean,
ate the
it's
same. Like it's
right.
crazy.
Mhm. It makes a huge difference in how our body performs, how our adrenal glands, every part of it. Like a functional medicine person will look at the whole total picture,
Yeah.
but how it affects the skin is off the charts. It's insane. Like anyway, it's like a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So truly like food, managing stress, and then
Right.
I think probably the biggest one is sleep. You talk a lot about the work that's done on
Right.
in your
Yeah.
skin, in your cells while you sleep.
Hmm.
So we should jump into that a little bit. Like it's beauty sleep for a reason, yeah? What's
Yes.
actually happening?
Well, every night, and your not only does your brain get like rinsed, so your brain gets a washout, but your skin goes through a repair cycle. Your whole body goes through a whole repair at night. And hopefully, as you're going through this repair at night, that you're sleeping soundly. If you don't sleep soundly, the repair doesn't happen. And I learned this from sleep specialist, is that the deeper you sleep, the REM that you get into allows your body to be under full repair. So I am a like, take a nap if you don't get enough sleep. Make
Mm.
sure that you're actually rested and well rested, and you wake up feeling well rested. New moms who are up all night long, new puppy moms that are up all night long, you don't get enough like really concentrated sleep, and the concentrated sleep is what allows your body to repair itself. And in order for the skin to function to our glowiest level, we have to have enough sleep. And during that time, the skin is repairing and creating more ceramide. So you want to make sure you have enough water, you have in your body. You want to make sure you're like, if you went out and had a drink that night, please go drink 2 glasses of water to compensate for the dehydration so that your body can repair that night. So you're doing it, the offsetting of, hey, I'm going to get into good night's sleep. It still messes with your blood sugar. It's still a whole nother thing,
Yeah.
but it's counteracting the dehydration of the skin
Uh-huh.
by the sleep. You want to like sleep on a great pillow, a satin pillow, and if you can, really sleep like with like no pillow if you could, because you're and on your back. So the side sleepers, you get a little more action over here on your wrinkles, and you
Yeah.
don't want to like cake them in there. But silk will really help a lot.
I've tried I've tried no pillow sleeping on my back based on what you've said, and it seems like it's not as hard. It's like a mental thing. I just need my
Right.
pillow. But like it's been good. So I'm
Yeah.
like I want to document this journey. What's the biggest skincare? But truly I would get like, my face would be smashed sleeping on
Smushed.
my
I know. We get these smush faces,
Yeah.
like it's crazy. But I really, I mean, that's, it makes a huge difference. I think just getting enough quality, like, and making sure that, like, don't sleep with a TV in your room, like those
Mhm.
kinds of things. Make sure that your room is like a sanctuary for one thing. Your bedroom is a sanctuary for sleep. That's where you want to go. So
Mhm.
you want to just make sure that that's where you want it to be.
Yeah. So, the we um we're talking about I want to go into some trends right now, right? There's so
Okay.
many trends that we keep up with on the internet. We're constantly being served something. Solomon might have a good way to jump in on this. He's into some interesting trends over there. So
Yes.
what's the weirdest beauty trend you've seen lately? And this question is for everyone watching. There's some wild ones out right now. I know I've talked about my weirdest one that I've seen about the scar tape for wrinkles. So, Nancy, what's the weirdest one you've seen lately? And
Oh my
please let us
gosh.
know in the comments the weirdest one you've seen
Well,
lately.
it's probably not the weirdest, but what's happening in the gel nail polish routine is
Mm.
that last week the EU banned like the one ingredient that's in a lot of gel nail polish. So that's super trending. And what I'm seeing is a lot of influencers who have no idea what they're talking about are now suddenly calling out other brands that are in one particular case it was a clean brand, and they were talking about how it had endocrine disruptors in it, but the influencer didn't know what they were talking about. And it's kind of like this cycle of, okay, let me see what I can do to get followers to like follow, and they'll talk about anything, and it's really not true. But I haven't been on the TikTok. I kind of leave that to you and Jenny for your TikTok, craze of what's the latest in the skin.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
There was a lot of doing with petroleum jelly, a lot of it with castor oil, a lot of that, you know,
Yeah.
the
Yeah, that's super interesting about the not jail, gel
yeah,
nail polish.
dial.
I think my Idaho's coming out.
Yeah,
So, because I didn't realize how toxic, and maybe
yes.
this is obvious, I didn't realize how toxic fingernail polish can be. So I used to
Hmm.
love getting like my nails done. Now I'm like, I'm not putting those chemicals on
Hmm.
my skin, on my nails. They're so porous. Like,
Right.
what is happening? I still paint my toenails, but
Okay. Right. Right. But
but my fingernails, no way.
But there are some clean nail polishes out there, but the EU, it's kind of nice that America is actually following, and some of the brands are following the EU. So it's actually a good thing to see. But if you're going to be an influencer and you're going to tell people this is an endocrine disruptor, make sure you know what the heck you're talking about before you start spreading information that's not right. That's kind of like my
Uh-oh, we lost you, Nancy. Come
things that
back.
aren't correct
Oh,
necessarily. So I like it to be, like, hey, So anyway,
For sure.
can you hear
So
me?
yeah, I can. You just blinked out for a quick second. So you're back. I see you. Can you see me? We're good? And Nancy is gone. So Nancy's coming back, but this is another big question for everyone watching. If your skin could talk, what do you think it would say after a long day? I just
There, I'm back, I
welcome
think.
back. So
Yeah.
I just asked everyone, and I would love to hear your answer, and happy to tell you mine. If your skin could talk, what do you think it would say after a long day? I'm sure everyone coming into your spa, their skin is talking to you.
Yes. Yes.
I think
And
mine would be like,
what
you
would
need to
yours?
drink more water and wear more, and yeah, drink more water. I think that's what number one thing. Less coffee, more water, Cassie.
Right. Mine is, hey, you didn't need that other cup of coffee
Yeah.
to dehydrate you out. And now, because you drank more coffee, you need to drink 4 more glasses of water. That's my end of the day. And then it's like, because you drank 4 more glasses of water, you're up all night long
Yeah.
peeing. So it's like this whole thing. It's like, could you just not drink the extra cup of coffee?
I
It's like,
know. Ugh, we are
it's
on the
like,
same page. I love that extra cup of coffee for what it
mm,
does for the energy, but
yes,
really it doesn't. I don't need it. I don't need
no,
it. What am I trading? I'm trading short-term like energy for long-term dull skin. I don't want
exactly. I know,
that.
exactly. It makes a huge difference.
So,
So,
okay, I think coffee is truly my guilty pleasure. I would love to know from you and everyone in the comments, what's your one guilty pleasure that
guilty.
you know is not good for your skin, but you just have to have that little treat once in a while?
Uh, I know what mine is.
What's yours?
Mine's dark chocolate, but it's like,
Oh,
yeah, I'm a big dark chocolate fan, but it's not
uh-huh.
really that bad, but it is bad,
Yeah.
you know. But I love dark chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
It's so yummy. How about you?
Yeah, probably I love dark chocolate almonds. I love dark
Yeah,
chocolate almonds so
yeah,
much
it's
with
so
sea
good.
salt.
Yeah,
And coffee. I love my coffee.
I love
As I get
coffee.
older, I'm like, I have to be done drinking coffee at noon or I'll be up all night because I'm in that phase of life. Sometimes I think, oh, when I was 20, I would have a cup of coffee at 5 o'clock. I'm like, what?
I
I
know.
was crazy.
And not even think about it. And
No.
then what ends up happening is like then we saw our parents have coffee after dinner. It was
Yeah.
like, wait, they're having coffee at 7 o'clock at night and they don't like stay up all night. I could never figure that one out because
Yeah.
I would still be awake, but it
Right.
doesn't
And
seem to phase them.
I thought it was like a classy you go out to a nice restaurant, a steak, that you get dessert, and they're like, "Would you like coffee?" I'm like, "It's 7 o'clock. I need to go to sleep
Right.
after this."
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
um, but maybe it's decaf. But I don't know. Is that valuable if you drink decaf? It's
I
probably
just don't
not
think
good.
it's worth the effort. I
Drink
mean,
some water.
personally, I just think, hey, go drink water, drink a cup of herbal tea. It's much
Yeah.
better. It's better for your skin.
Hmm.
Much better for your skin. So that
Got to
part's
switch
good.
to that herbal tea.
Yes, the herbal tea for all for the skin.
Yes.
Everything is for the skin.
Hmm.
So
Well, thank you so much for talking to us, sharing your wisdom, Nancy. It's always so wonderful to talk to you. And I learn something new every time I get to talk to you. So thank you
thank
so
you for
much.
hosting today for our Diva Sass and Sisterhood. And if you have comments, don't hesitate to put them down in the chat below. because I will check our live comments during the week. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. You can find me at skindivalabs.com or anywhere on YouTube. So that's
And check out Nancy's skincare line. She told you she sold it, but she just is here to give you education. I'm here to tell you this skincare is
it's it's
incredible.
pretty
Incredible.
it's pretty special.
It really is.
So
Totally
and
changed my skin.
subscribe and join us every Sunday for Diva Sass and Sisterhood.
Awesome. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you, Nancy. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.